How's it going out there? Welcome from H2 Tech Videos. This is how to master words with friends, and this is tip number 1. And for this tip, the name of the game is starting the game right, and I'm going to give you some tips so that when you start a game with someone, you can get out to a nice little lead, and I'll share some of my strategy on this. So when you start a game, you have to obviously have your word has to be touching this star right here, okay? So what you want to strive to do is take advantage of these double word tiles right here. You have 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so you can have a word going this way, this way, this way, or this way. The trick is you need to have a 5-letter word in order to make this work. Okay, so for example, I have bell I can make, and with the S it will take me right to that double word. I can put this down. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm starting out with 20 points right out of the gate. Okay, so this is one example of when you start the game, you want to definitely take advantage of that double word, and you know, it will help you get out to a nice lead. And you're probably saying, okay, that's great, but what happens if I don't get enough letters to make a good 5-letter word? Well, I'm going to show you what to do as well. So let's say you end up with all vowels, okay, or maybe you only have one good letter. You could make like F-I, okay? So here's my strategy for this. Look at exactly what I just did right now, okay? Rather than try to take all your letters and try to make a 4-letter word or 3-letter word, don't do it. Just make a 2-letter word. Okay, try to make it harder for the next person by giving them, you know, kind of some crappy letters. Okay, one thing you don't want to do, try not to put a consonant on this this line right here, because if you put like this F right here, it'll be easier for them to build a word and end it right here, and they're going to use that double word. So I'm actually putting the vowel right here because it's harder to end a word in a vowel than it is in a consonant. So that's one part of the strategy. Try to get your consonant on that star. And second, you know, like I probably shouldn't even use the F. I should probably use like the L. Okay, so maybe I could make like lie, and see I have it sitting right in the center. So now it's going to be harder for them to jump back on this play and to make something good. So those are kind of the 2 strategies you want to think about when you're starting a game. 5 letters, or try to have a consonant, or excuse me, a vowel on this star, and try to make a really small word so you don't set them up. Because let me give you an example here. If you were to make the word fib, okay, look what you just did. So obviously you don't have enough to double the points, so you're only going to get 9 points, but you're using great letters, okay, and you're setting them up to use 2 triple letter tiles, okay. The name of the game, this is strategy. It's not just about spelling words. You're trying to block your opponent, and you got to use a lot of strategy to make sure you don't set them up and give them great plays, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go with my first play, which was going to be bells. Unless, let's see, fibs. Let me see if that's a word, just to make sure. I don't think it is, but. And this is actually one way I'm able to test a word. If you think something's a word, hey, just spell it out. Try it. Use a little bit of trial and error. And if it's not a word, hey, they'll let you know. And now I'm going to throw that here. Now I want to point out one last thing. I could have done this. I could have moved this and used that double letter. And the reason I didn't is because if you were to place these tiles this way, someone can easily put a word on these 4, and now they're going to build off of your S, and they're going to be able to use that double word. Okay? So again, just keep in mind, try not to set up your opponent, because that's how you get in trouble really quick. And we'll submit this and let's see how many points we get. And there it is, starting out with 20 points. Alright, so this is tip number 1. Stay tuned. There's many more to come from this, and I'll have a link in the video to get you to it. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a good one.